Right, hello guys, and welcome to the latest episode of MTFU Tuesdays. Sorry we're a bit. Hang on, that's me. Sorry we're a bit late on starting, guys. Having a few issues with microphones. Um, Today's episode is basically about filming videos and starting a channel. Obviously bushcraft related. So on the panel today we have Ginger Bruce,
Hello. Hi.
and we have Woodland Camp and Craft.
Evening, everybody.
We have the infamous Colonel Chimp,
Got my new microphone.
and we
You
have
got a tin can with a bit of string on it.
Mark Kilduff,
Hello guys, you right?
and we have Dom Demonstrates.
Hello.
Right, so who would like to start off?
What's it about?
What we're talking about?
I would like to kick off by saying that, we're going to give this talk on how to start a YouTube channel and start recording videos, and we kind of sort the audio out on our own fucking podcast.
Not us, it's you.
Is it? Oh, mate. Is it? Oh,
It only took 4 weeks for me to sort mine out, so you know.
and I've only had 2 weeks, so I'm still in a deficit of 2 weeks. So screw you.
And it only took me 30 seconds. You lot are so slow.
Yeah, it's only you've got a tin can with a piece of string in it.
Yeah.
Works, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate, you're right. Don't break, don't fix it. It's Johnny Boy.
Hello.
Anyway, guys.
Oh, the hell's gone
Yeah.
on?
So, what should we start on? Obviously, probably the quickest and easiest way is to use your phone, and either upload directly from your phone, which you can do with Apple phones, which is really annoying because the app for YouTube on an iPhone is so much better because you can just film it and bang straight on. Whereas Android, you can't. You have to use an editing program, and it becomes a pain in the bum.
That all depends on what version of Android you're running.
Yeah, because I can upload straight to YouTube on from my phone, but the thing I can't do is I can't string
Me too.
video clips together, which is the trouble I was having yesterday.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The app that I use for all of my editing is called Power Director. It's £3.99 and it's fucking awesome.
Is that what you did your last vid on?
That's what I've been doing all of season 2 with.
Yeah. No, that was really well filmed. So it was good. Awesome.
Is that
Thanks.
There is something to be said about to editing videos towards content that we'll probably get into a little bit later on, but I do want to say something about that. But we'll see how the conversation goes as to whether we touch upon it and I can say what I need to say about it.
I think probably the most important thing is one of these: a tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah, tripod, selfie sticks.
I think I've got tripod empty.
I've got a couple of examples of tripods with me here.
Mine's only a little one.
Oh, bless him.
As well, Dave, look.
Yeah.
What went up with me? A little wee tripod.
Yeah, I got one of these.
Does yours do
things-
this?
What's that, sorry? No, my one don't do that. But my big one does.
Yeah, just pull the bottom thing.
My big one is from the 1960s. This is 1960s Bakelite. This top mount comes with this little one. $4.99 Aldi job.
They
But
fit
this
everything, don't they?
is actually made from Bakelite. And Dave, you know what this one is because this is the one that got broken at Camp Simeon. That
Yeah.
you used to fix. And it's
Yeah.
still fit for purpose. And as light as all hell. And it also works as an extra long selfie stick.
Sophie.
Because it's as light as speck. I think it was Tim, Tracks, actually see it, and he said, mate, that is fucking awesome, I need me one of them. I went on to eBay and found one and bought one. He paid about 24 quid. But I was lucky enough to find one at a boot sale, and I think I paid about 3 quid for it.
That's
But
good.
he's one, like mine, his one comes with an original box and original instructions from the 1960s. That's how I know it's Bakelite, because
It
it
was
says it
from
on.
Boots, wasn't it? Originally.
Yeah, it was from Boots, yeah, that's it. I've actually got
Yeah.
the box in the cupboard, but now I've stuffed my cupboard full of camping gear and tools, so I can't find it.
Yeah.
Any trouble with packing stuff away so well is that I've put it away so well, I can't find anything.
Yeah.
I put it up safe, so safe in fact, I can't find it, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah. So yeah, another good tripod is these jobbies, especially when you're filming in the woods, because you can grip them onto
Yeah.
the old bendy legs on them, so you can grab it onto a tree,
Tripod.
and it's good for doing the old sort of walking past shots and higher shots. Put it up in a tree.
I fucking hate those shots of people walking
I
off
hate
into the
walking past
distance.
shots.
For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
No, what you want to see is one of them where you see someone walking off into the distance and then someone nick their camera.
Yeah.
They go running off in the other direction.
Did anyone ever
Yeah.
see that video, that YouTube video? I suspect it's fake as all hell, where the guy got off his moped and nicked the woman's handbag, and then ran away, and she then proceeds to get onto his moped and steal his moped.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, I
What
think,
sort?
Yeah,
What,
them sorts of shots have been
But I
done.
hate
They walk past the camera.
walking towards and walking away.
Yeah.
what are you filming with, Bruce? What do you put on that gorilla pod?
I've got a Panasonic. Hang on. It's right next to me. It's bolted on. Hang on. Be with you in a minute.
I broke my gorilla pod. The dog. Well, I didn't. The dog did.
How do you make it flexible, for crying out loud? It's designed not to be broken.
Yeah. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
A HC V130. But it's really good for me because I can I use Windows Movie Maker just because it's a really simple editing system. But I can plug in and I don't have to. You have to wait for stuff to sort of render and process so you
Yes.
can edit it. This I plug it in and it works straight away. It
3
doesn't have to.
hours for a
Yeah,
20-minute
exactly.
video.
Yeah. If I use the,
Is that straight to MP4?
It's got that it takes 3 hours to render a video.
It's
I mean,
that
what is-
Vegas Pro.
6 IBM.
I mean, having said that, my computer isn't the best anyway, and that's what it's.
it's
I
got
tried
front-
to edit the videos on my PC, and then I realised that my phone is actually about 1,000 times more powerful.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ain't that the
That's
truth?
when you realise you've got to upgrade something.
yeah.
Yeah, I had that done with the Note 2 when I realised that my Note 2 was, and the Note 2 is what now, 4 years old. My Note
Yeah.
2 was more powerful than my laptop. Had more processing speed than my laptop. I thought, hang on a minute, something's happened here. Oh yeah, shit, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Technology happens.
The only real reason I like the video camera is because it's obviously got a better optics on it. So when you're doing panning shots, it's not as jumpy because that's sort of that digital rendering you get when you've got with phones where you've got such a tiny amount of optics there, it's not letting enough light. So it's sort of digitally
That's
building the image up.
why I like the Z5, because it's got the same as it's got the Sony Steady shot built in,
Yeah.
which is actually really handy.
Yeah,
It is. It's really good. I mean, for a phone to be packing 23 megapixels, which is quite funny because the human eye can't actually perceive any more than about 3.
Yeah.
But
Well, it does, but you just don't register them, does it? It's like, and it's something. The human eye registers something stupid, but the brain don't process more than 23.
The pixels aren't
So
about
it's-
what you can see. Actually, I know something.
Really?
oh fucking
The
hell!
amount of
Everyone,
pixels
stop
you
recording.
get is so that you can zoom in without the picture pixelating. The reason, the higher the resolution, the bigger you can blow up the picture without it all going to pop. So you can actually get perfectly good pictures with a no megapixel camera on film. But you zoom in, it goes all grainy. The reason they got so many megapixels now is so you can zoom right in and keep the definition. It's nothing to do with the original picture at all.
Haven't they developed some kind of mad space camera that's got like 4 gigapixels or something?
Yeah.
It's absolutely mental.
There is absolutely no point to it.
Well, what
But it's like it took a picture of the universe. It's
know.
like that's great, but no one can see it.
I'll pull up the spec on my.
That's because they're looking at us, not at the universe.
I've got a Galaxy 6.
Most military satellites read your newspaper. There you go.
It's 6 inches, and oh no, it's 9 inches. 9
Don't
inches.
lie.
They can zoom down from
Yeah,
the
you liar.
zoom down in a 9-inch space. That's Illuminati confirmed. Everyone get your tinfoil hats on.
Yeah.
Matt, tinfoil hat, boy.
But all the Google images is all taken from a plane, isn't it? That's not even satellite. People think it is, but it's not.
So there.
Yeah. And I've got a new toy as well.
And what relevance has that got to filming YouTube?
It's
Like
the end of these things.
Absolutely no. Selfie stick, yeah.
See them?
Yeah.
Screw thread is universal.
Yeah.
It should fit any camera and any selfie stick.
Yeah.
Because that fits it. That fits it. So they should all be compatible with whatever camera you get, unless of course you've got a super duper one and it's all this shit.
I
It's
think
an imperial. The cameras are imperial thread, aren't they? It's like 1/4-inch thread, I think.
It's an M5 thread on all cameras are fitted with an M5 thread, so any tripod will fit.
Until you get the cheap one off eBay that's like
Well,
doesn't fit.
no, well, it comes to convert with a reducer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what would people say was the best way for someone just starting to get into making videos?
Everyone's got a smartphone.
Yeah, would everyone
Use
agree
the
that's phone?
Yeah. Take your phone out. Take your phone out. Get a tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a tripod, bro. See one of these grips here.
Yeah.
See one of these grips
Selfie
here.
stick on a tripod.
See these grips, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you get 2 of these for £1 from your local what's it shop, right? It'll hold your phone, and what it won't do, it won't push no buttons. It won't crack your screen, but it'll hold your phone quite securely. So if you want to do steady shots, how about you get a bit of duct tape you've already got in your EDC, strap that to a stick, dig it in the ground, you've got an automatic tripod, or a bushcraft tripod. It's not going to crack your screen, it ain't going to crack your screen because it's got protective pads. It's strong enough that it's not going to drop your phone, because they believe me, they are pretty strong. The reason they don't crack your screen is because the pads are so big and they're pretty soft, and they're pound for 2 of them. So if you wanted to, and you're a bit strapped for cash, because people setting out and wanting to start, I want to start a channel, but I don't know how to film it. Grab yourself a stick, one of them, bit of duct tape, voila. In the ground.
To be honest though, if you're just starting out, you don't really need to buy a selfie stick because everyone's got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're camping with people, then yeah. But
But it's just you can make the mistake of releasing your first video, go stomping through the woods, trying to film, shaking everywhere,
Yeah.
and then no one's going to watch it. They're just
Yeah.
going to go, "That's crap. Makes me feel sick," and just stop watching.
I would
So
say that.
you really
Right,
need.
I'm going to
That's a
interject
shame
here.
video.
The whole point of people starting to get into YouTube is that they make their mistakes and they find their own recording style. I think I speak for us all when I say when we all started, we had some absolute shockers.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah,
but I think
definitely.
I'm still
I think
putting them out.
the ones of us who are kind of more prominent now, I think we've all kind of fallen into our style. Like John, for example, every video has a fucking gatto in it for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say, yeah, that's you
It's
found
not the ghetto, it's the hammock shot.
John,
Yeah.
one of your videos in particular was filmed in your kitchen. So that one where you got the mysterious package. You know the one, the mate. Honestly, the conversation that went on after that video, every one of us watched it, and we're like, "This geezer is an absolute natural," because it was you found your niche, and it was what the fuck is this shit? It was I don't know, it was like a John Cleese sort of soul sketch.
Do you know what? I'd actually toyed with the idea of wrapping another package exactly the same, but filling it with talcum powder. Just taking a knife to it and just having like 3 kilos of fucking whatever inside it.
Very good.
But it's like I'm always trying new, different things. Like the camp retirement video that was filmed like a very kind of snapshot, one point to another.
Yeah.
The the weekend just gone. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm never ever going back to Wales.
Now, yeah, can I just add fuck Wells? Hashtag
Yeah.
fuck Wells.
I don't know, but Lee's got a nice house.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fucking room with a view in the morning. Left me with a bit of a sore ass mind, but
Yeah, well.
Are you
Thank
sure
you,
you
Vin.
Boys are so rude.
But no, all I'm saying is, you know, if you are going to start doing films, either use a tripod, or if you're filming sort of walking along, walk gently. Don't shake the camera everywhere, because you won't be able to see it, and you'll get home and you'll go, oh, that was a total waste of time. I know you've got to find your own style and your own sort of how you take your shots and stuff, but just have a bit of respect, like carry it like you're carrying a cup of hot coffee or something. You know, and when you do panning shots, pan a lot slower than you think you need to. Otherwise, it's just a blur.
I've actually been brushing up on my filming skills.
sorry. Can I just stop? Forest Prepper's trying to start a fight with me on live chat.
Just ignore him, he might go away.
He's got this thing where he says my videos are boring.
I like your videos better than his.
Is that what you say?
And Dom, if all else fails, just
He must have been listening to what I say.
take the mickey out of his accent, because he talks like a northerner. But he's not a northerner, so he's a plastic northerner.
He's not a northerner, he's a carrot cruncher.
That is as far as I'm willing to. That is as far as I'm willing to slag off Forest Prepper, because I think that guy is awesome.
Yeah,
He is a good lad.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy.
You know what? There's not many people that would just kind of stop everything and sort of say hello, spend some time, and actually let you stand up and be counted. I remember the first time I met him at the Bushcraft show last year, and I still to this day think, fucking hell, this guy just like welcomed me into this massive family of his.
But that's
Yeah, we told you
that's
about that as well.
that's what Paul does, though, mate. Honestly, we, without speaking ill of the dead, but we spoke. We I think Paul finished the Preppers meet. I think that the death of the Preppers meet was when Paul turned up, and it was just wow. This is what meet's all about, really.
Actually, while he's in the side chat, are you still coming up to the Northern Bushmoot in Durham? Because I think I'm going to try and get that one, so I'll try and catch up with everyone if anyone's going.
He's probably going to take a minute to reply because knowing Paul, he's probably got a bottle
we're
of
about
wine.
30 seconds ahead anyway, so I just thought I'd ask that because I'm going. I'm not going to be able to afford to go for the whole weekend. I've worked that out already, but I'm going to try and just get down for the day.
In other news, going completely off topic.
Yep.
Guess who's got a permission?
You bastard.
Yeah, she got it, definitely.
Yep, had a meeting with the guy yesterday.
Nice.
Basically, we've got this massive estate down here, and the guy that owns the estate owns fucking everything. And I'd reached out and said, you know, can I have your permission to just come and do my thing? He got back in touch and said, sorry it's taken me so long. He said, I've just been catching up on all your YouTube videos. He goes, I'm pretty sure I can plonk you somewhere in the 1,000 hectares of land that I have to offer. So went and saw him yesterday, and he went, yeah, I've got this woodland over. It's about 300 acres. Is that going to be okay? I was just sat there with my mouth open like, uh-huh.
Awesome.
Manage.
Do you know
So
what? It's got to start getting progressively easier for us to find permissions when the people that we ask permission for can Google us. and they see what we do. They see we practice leaving those trays. Everyone that we camp with are happy for us to be there, you know, and we clear spaces and stuff. And we're not hoodlums. Well, most of us, you know, Phil being the exception to the rule. But you know, we're not. We leave respectfully. I mean, Dave, we've actually heard back from Neil Ambrose as well. So the 19th is bullshit. I've said anything about that, Chris. Or not.
Say that again.
Sure.
On the
Managed to get in contact with Ambrose about Camp Cynthia.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's all good. So, you know, for the most part, bushcrafters I think it's becoming easier. And if we want to film their land, then let's get back on filming.
Yeah, well, your permission is the ideal thing for filming because you're not looking over your shoulder. You can actually kind of concentrate on what you're filming as long as you've got permission to be there, and then you can do a fire, and you don't have to bother just using a gas bottle because you're doing a little sneaky wild camp.
Yeah.
And I suppose that all leads into confidence as well. If you've never filmed a YouTube video before and put it out there. A lot of people are a bit gung-ho and they say, well, fuck it, I'm going to put it out there, warts and all. But they never put it out there. There's a lot, you do need a lot of confidence. You do need a lot of self-belief in order to put.
I think some of it as well is if you don't have the confidence, fake it. Eventually it will come along.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, if you don't have the confidence, don't put yourself up in front of the camera. Just sit behind it.
That's what all these women do.
Don't have the confidence.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Who invited Dave again?
I was checking like a leaf for my first 10 videos, easy.
Yeah.
Even though it was just me there. I thought, why the hell am I so nervous? It's just me. But it's potentially millions as well, so...
But you can always delete it afterwards. But the thing is, with our community, we all know what the community is. I'm not going to blow our own trumpet, right? Again, that's Phil. Phil can blow you up, right? But there's not a person in the community that's going to put down someone it's their first video. So there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be a lack of content. There's going to be like dry times where there's nothing coming out. You know what I mean? So confidence is key. I think is paramount. Use your phone. Go for it. Put it out there. Come on. Put a little bit of glitz and glam on it with Windows Movie Maker. But don't worry too much. Put it out there. Get us to subscribe to it, and then go
I'm
for it.
feeling like the next video I should do is 10 things not to do when filming for YouTube.
Yeah, that'd be quite good. That'd be quite handy.
I think
Because what I used to do, especially when you're kind of like sitting in front of the camera talking to the camera, I used to stick post-it notes on the front of the camera with just like key words. So I'd sit there and talk about, say I'd have fire written on there. I'd sit there talking about the fire or whatever, and then when I'd run out of things to say, I'd look at the next post-it note and that'd say bananas or whatever, and then I'd talk about what I'd done interesting with bananas, you know. So that was kind of.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh,
yeah. Oh no, sorry, wrong videos. You get what I mean? It's just put little bullet points up.
Yeah, like a teleprompter sort of thing.
Just
And
to keep the
also-
flow going, because I notice a lot that I say a lot.
Yeah.
I have that issue.
Yeah,
And the other one is and yeah.
And yeah. But I'd say my first 3, 4, 5 videos or something, I used a GoPro, and I tried to use it like a video camera. And my advice would be don't. It is fine if it's on the canoe, if it's on your chest, on your head, on your wrist. But anyone that goes out there, because it's like a cheaper option, don't get a GoPro if you want a video camera, because the sound, even though the pictures are spot on, the sound is terrible.
Yeah.
Sound is shite.
I've had
Well,
that.
my SJ 4000. If you look on Instagram, I've recently taken it to bits, and I've prized the mic off, and I'm soldering a couple of wires on,
I saw
And then
that. I wondered what you were doing.
Doing a
and then
mic
I'm going to
thing.
wire in a jack plug, so I can plug a mic into it.
External mic, yeah, it should be.
Yeah, so I'm using an external mic, like a lav mic, because the sound is so shit.
Yeah.
But if you look on Instructables, have you ever heard of Instructables?
Yeah,
I just talked about it last week.
Yep. Yeah, if you look on SJ4000, there's the mod is in there.
Yeah.
Can you
how to
sort
do it.
Mark's one out?
The later edition GoPros you can buy
get
aftermarket.
a stereo as well, because if you put a stereo jack into it and it hasn't got the resistors in there, you could possibly blow it out. So long as it's stereo, then why it must be. If it's HD quality, it's 1080p.
Yeah.
Or it's 1080 quality. It must be stereo sound, so you should be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I
What,
don't care.
Access to it, then
You
you've
know, I've
got-
had the camera nearly 2 years now, so if I blow it up, I blow it up. I don't really care.
I know what I've started doing with mine. I've started using my old phone just to record the voice with a lav mic when I've got me Sony action cam.
Yeah.
Didn't do it on the last video, but I did it on the one where I was hanging my hammock,
Uh huh.
and the sound's a lot better. It's
Yeah.
just an absolute pain in the arse to try
Yeah.
and sync it up.
So does anyone else use a mic in the pocket, or we're not got that far?
I have got a lav mic, but the sound, if it's really windy, I'll film on my phone and use the lav mic. Because I can either plug it directly into the port there. Hang on, I'll show it to you because it's different to a normal one.
Mute your mic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I use the lav mic. I've got an old phone because I've just upgraded mine, so I've just used my old one just to solely record the sound and just put it over the top.
Yeah, because I've seen them pay for about £15, but I thought syncing it was going to be a nightmare. So I've
It
not
is.
bought.
Yeah. No, where are we? Yeah, that's the lav mic I've got. I've stuck an elastic band around it so you don't lose the
Oh, yeah.
fuzzy top bit. But it's for a phone, so you've got the 3 rings on the plug.
Yeah.
You see that?
Stereo.
Yeah. So because like these are mobile phone headphones and you've got the speaker in them, that's why mobile phones have 3 ring plugs. So that's the one I'm going to stick. You either stick it straight on the side of the GoPro or the SJ4000, or there's an extension lead, so you can clip it on your neck and have it on the selfie stick kind of thing, you know, at a distance. But in the wind, that is blooming brilliant in the wind. I'm trying to think what video I used it on. It was like a cup of coffee video I did, and that was windy as hell. And I unplugged it, and it just goes all the horrible wind noises. Plugged it back in, and it's perfect. So
Didn't we lose that? Didn't we lose that little muffler on the end of that? We got
Yeah.
that in, didn't
yeah, epoxy thing just kept falling off. So I've just
we? Need to find it.
taped it
Yeah,
on.
see, Bruce is one of these people that he sees me as weak. So every time he comes up with his harebrained schemes of, oh, Mark, I've come up with this amazing idea. Here's what you should do. I'll say, I'll come in and do it. Oh, there we go, yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows that, so he comes up with the most bizarre things and says, yeah, should we do this? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, the other thing you can do on where your mic is on the front of your camera, you can just stick like a little bit of fuzzy felt over the top of it to stop the wind blowing in there, because it's the wind howling around inside the casing that gives you the bloody wind noise. So that's a big help. The other thing is as well, another thing I had trouble with when I first started, you have to go into the settings of YouTube if you want to do a video more than, is it 15 minutes or 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's irritating. If you don't know what you're doing wrong, you can sit there head left all day long. You won't know unless you Google it. You just go into settings, allow longer videos. It's easy.
Yeah, but you have to on YouTube. You have to have reached a good standing and a certain amount of videos, and you can't just. And if you just start in a brand new channel, you can't do. You have to sort of earn it as well.
You can, no, you can.
You just got to verify your YouTube account. That's all.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you need is a 14-year-old to tell you how to fucking do it. And that's how I actually get bypass that. Is that George went, oh no, all you got to do is go click, 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 and click that, wait 24 hours, right, that's it, we can upload what we have. The only reason that's in there is for people copyright strikes count.
Yeah.
That they put it back on so you can only do 15-minute videos. And it's because you can't be that controversial in 15 minutes. I'm not being funny, I can be pretty controversial in about 60 seconds if I wanted to.
I get a copyright strike every video.
I think that was an early format. I think that was an early format of YouTube when they didn't have much server space. So we're trying to limit the length of videos that people could get to, and it's one of the things they've not addressed now. That new channels can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes. Because I mean, I've seen YouTube videos that have been 10 hours, and it's a repeat of 10 hours, but you can do it. But back in the early days when it didn't have server space, that's another thing with recording videos, and it's relevant to this conversation. You know, be mindful of what your phone or your camera is capable of, because you don't want to be recording a 20-minute video and then run out 12 minutes into it, not realise that you've run out, your camera's gone off, just be mindful of the storage on your camera, because you'd be gutted.
Carry extra, like SD cards or whatever.
Well, the thing with that is I've done it myself, is that I've done it and it's come off, the first take come off really, really well, and then I've realised that I've made a boo-boo, that I've either run out of storage space or I've pressed, rather than press resume, I've pressed stop, and it's not gone off, and I can't recreate the content, I can't recreate the atmosphere that was there before. That ruins videos, I think, because then you're trying to reenact something that was natural and was fluid and was organic rather than it, and now it becomes an act.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I think
We're just our journey. We're not acting our journey. We are literally doing our journey.
I think what a lot of people do as well, when they see obviously people who've got a few hundred subscribers and this, that and the other, and they go into it trying to make money out of it. It's not a thing that you should go into trying to make money out of.
No. No, it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, sorry, Bruce, to interrupt. That's the first thing that Georgie done. The first video he put up, he fucking monetised it, and I'm like, what are you doing? But he was barely 14, so.
Yeah.
But
I made 66 cents in 6 months. I spent $3,000.
I think I've made about
You've made more than me.
£1.48.
I've
But
made
that's the
50p
thing,
this month.
you're not going to get, unless you're someone. I'm not even going to mention a name because of the strike that everyone knows about on the MTFU craft chat. But unless you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you're not going to make any money at all.
I think they need more. I've seen people on the gaming channels that they've got 9-10 million subscribers and they're in £2 million mansions.
Yeah.
But like say, they've got 10 million subscribers. Some of the most popular bushcraft channels in the country have got 150,000. So you're never going to get more than these guys are earning 200, 300 quid a month, if that.
It's a captive audience. I mean, you've got people like KSI. I don't know if you know who KSI is, but he's got 10 million subscribers. PewDiePie's got 40 million subscribers. You've got people like Boogie2988.
Oh yeah. We're a low demographic.
We're a very low
It's
demographic.
niche market.
We've got a captive audience, haven't we?
Yeah.
The thing is about having a good standing as well. The stuff that we do, carrying knives or weapons or skinning rabbit, you're always going to piss somebody off. So they're always going to complain, and you might not always have a brilliant, good standing account.
It's only going to be vegetarians that you piss off, and to be honest, my food shits on your food.
It's not even vegetarians. Do you know what? Someone called one of my friends. She goes shooting with her dad, and someone she showed a little kid with a brace of pheasant, and some woman posted on it that this is disgusting, it's despicable, and it really got me. And I said, well, just because it's not packaged in plastic, and in a styrofoam tray pumped with gas, what argon gas? Is it argon gas?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Also, no. What gas
go
is
to
it, Bruce?
Tesco's where no animals are killed.
It's disgusting, yeah. And she said, oh, this is disgusting. I was like, what? This is natural, you arsehole.
Yeah.
That's nothing. At least you don't have people screaming
people
blue
are
murder every
all
time you have a fire like bloody John does.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Bruce?
No, I was saying I've done a few game prep videos. Well, I've done quite a few now. And I've never had any sort of, you get the odd thumbs down for some spineless twat, but I've never actually had anyone have a go at me about them. Never.
Have you not?
And because
Give us 5 minutes.
as long as you're showing respect for the animal,
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, I didn't kill those animals, but that has died. So I've got to do the best I can with it and show it a bit of respect instead of wasting it. You know, because it'd be quite easy to say, "Oh, I've got a pigeon here," and just throw it in the hedge. It's just, you know, and so it's just died for no reason. So
Yeah, well, that's like me a few weeks ago when I was on my way home from work and I found a pigeon.
yeah,
Look, obviously been hit by something. Later found out it was a bus, so there wasn't much meat left. But I wasn't going to waste it because it was in the middle of the path.
The trauma on that would have been.
Makes you have a better at.
yeah. But you know, people worry about. Cause I was genuinely worried when I first sort of did my first game videos, and it's been really well received. And people are like, "Oh wow, I never knew how to do that." If you look at, there's a butchery channel called Scott Ree Project, and he's got loads of subscribers, and he does really, really well. And he's done like real sort of rare things, like how to prepare a woodcock and things like that. And it's like, I've not even seen a woodcock, let alone prepared one. I know how to do it only because I've been told by old boys in the butchers I used to work with, who they've kind of explained it to me. And to actually see this Scott Ree Project do it, I was like, that's awesome. That is exactly how I was taught how to do it. So
Yeah, he's got some good videos.
he has, yeah, it's
Especially
awesome.
the whole butchering of a cow.
He's actually been on the telly with that as well. So, you know, his ethos is he's taking people back to butchery, he's taking people, he's filming what goes on in the butchery. This is where your meat comes from, and that's the concept that we all need to get out there. You know, this is why we do what we do. This is why we enjoy what we do, and that as well goes to making films. You know, if someone wants to do something completely different to what we do, but they're doing it in the woods, we still want to see it. It's just because it's not what you've seen on our channels. We need to encourage people to do something different.
Yeah, exactly. Well, bushcraft is such a massive, massive subject. You know, if you make anything from nature, you're a bushcrafter. You know, if you make wicker baskets, if you do pottery, leathercraft, making your own clothes, it's all comes under the sort of blanket of bushcraft. So, you know, anything outdoors is technically bushcraft. Even, you know, sort of hiking, and it's sort of fairly encompassing subject.
Just used to be called arts and crafts, didn't it? It just used to be called arts and crafts if you make pottery and all that thing. But then someone, whoever it was, came along and suddenly said it's bushcraft. Might have been Uncle Ray, but you never know.
I think it all sort of stems from.
That's a nice name.
Yeah, I think it's more of an Australian thing. I think it's like bush tucker.
Survivalism was used to be called that as well.
Yeah.
I think America it's all woodcraft.
Well, I think Dave, it was it is bushcraft. But I think Dave Canterbury tried changing it back to woodcraft, saying that, you know, this is a modern term and all this.
Yeah, because I think that's what he's known it as. He's known it as woodcraft.
Yeah, he was trying to reinvent the penny, and even
when he was doing that one.
we
called it fieldcraft, didn't we?
Bushcraft. Because everyone calls it bushcraft, it's you know, it's coke. You know, even if it's the cheap shit you buy at Lidl, it's still coke. It's not cola. It's not Panda Cola. It's just cheap coke.
It's still made in the same factory, though.
Yeah,
everything's all made the same. It's just the different levels of.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Dave Canterbury tried reclaiming woodcraft, and everyone was like, "Nah, I don't think so, mate. It's bushcraft. We all call it bushcraft. Just fucking fall in line." You know, I don't agree with conformism, but it's just bushcraft, and anything you do in it is bushcraft related, then go for it.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to go in there and make daisy chains and dream catchers,
I think that's the thing with like starting your videos and stuff like that. Everyone's starting to learn. I mean, Christ, if you look back at my first video was about that Swiss Army boot kit, and that was shocking. Now I love watching it back, but it's, you know, for a first video,
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the first one to say it. You know what I mean? About the videos. But then I look at my last one. My last one was shocking as well.
What they're doing or what you're doing is great. Doesn't matter how much you learn, as long as you learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I look back at my first bushcraft video, and it was me in my shed just sort of saying, "Oh, I've got this, I'm doing this project, and I'm thinking about making this, and I'm going to make this, and I'm going to do this." And I haven't done any of it. It's just like, you I'm going to make a knife. I'm going to make a knife out of this. I've got these saw blades here. I'm going to make a knife out of. It's like I haven't bothered.
Yeah,
I've got knives coming on my ears. What do I need to make another knife for? It's ridiculous.
I love the fact that you say that, Bruce, because how many projects have I said on WhatsApps and all that, and any other thing, chance I've said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I've got all the best intentions, I've got all the gear, I've got all the things to do it, I just ain't got the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like level work, I want to go into level work, I want to do pottery, like we was going to start harvesting clay from the last camp we done with your permission. I mean, I wanted to do some clay projects, but let's get a grip, guys. All we do, turn up, cook a banging load of dinner, nice bit of grub, get on the piss, make some string bows, shoot some arrows, cut up some ducks and some pigeons and some pheasants, and that's us. There ain't no harvesting of clay going on.
Actually, here's a one. Kieran's online bushcraft school in the side chat. He's recently learned some things about recording videos, but don't make them too long, 2 to 10 minutes, and have different angles. I tend to disagree with that, because if you depending on what you're filming, it may be longer. You can't specifically stick to that, and if you're cutting out everything, it just.
If you want a lot of likes, keep them short.
Yeah.
If you're not bothered about getting the likes, like I'm not, then make them longer.
But yeah.
Like I got into my videos just as a way of recording my progress, because I've only been into this 2 or 3 years. I wanted to see my own development, and I was enjoying camps that much with my friends that I wanted like a memory of it, because I've drank that much in my life, but I don't know how much I was going to remember when I get a bit older.
Definitely.
So
That's
I think
sometimes
though
to make videos as well is that if you're in it to make interesting videos, then go to video school, become a movie producer, and do the time, get yourself an education, and then make videos. But if you just want to make your own storyline, use YouTube like a diary, then you obviously careful what you've done is for your own entertainment, or your own memories. If other people find it interesting, then more power to you. Let them. But
I try not to go over 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, I don't know, 16, 17 minutes. But then I think, well, you need sort of, you got your sort of intro, then you got a bit of chatting, then a bit of filming something else.
Yeah.
You can just end up hacking so much out of it.
I think if you want to go into it and to learn things as well, just so you can look back at what you've learned, to record every little detail, because then you can go back and think, well, I did that, but then I've learned this way, so then you can do a follow-up, say, I've done it this way once, I've realised this is the better way to do it, and it shows a progression. I think a lot. I'd prefer.
Allow me, guys.
Go on,
yeah, I was going to jump in on this one. As somebody who is quite prone to making longer videos, allow me to bring us a different kind of social dynamic to this. It all depends on, like you say, if you're learning something, and if people are interested, then they'll obviously spend the time watching. I recently have invested a lot of my time into YouTube, and that's been looking at a lot of the analytics stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, on average, my videos can be anything from 10 minutes to, I think, 23, I think was the latest one. But my analytics tells me that the longest period of time, on average, that people watch my videos is 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah.
So again, all depends. If you're doing it to kind of bring in the likes and bring in the subscribers, which some people want to do, by all means, keep to the analytics and kind of go for it. But like Mike was saying, if you're doing it because you just want a memory, so you can look back in 20, 30 years and say, fucking hell, yeah, I remember that. That was an absolute scream. Then do it as long as you want. I think it's one of those things where there's not going to be a one-size-fits-all. I think you're not going to please all of the people all of the time, and I think we're all long enough in the tooth now to appreciate that. So I think it really does kind of depend on each channel, and Kieran, I get what you're saying, and absolutely, different angles, move it around, between 2 and 10 minutes, that's fine, but in those 2 and 10 minutes, you better have something that's going to be really gripping and people are going to watch all the way through. Otherwise, you get 4 minutes in and then they're going to switch off.
I do. With the 4 minutes in analytics, I don't trust the analytics at all, so I don't even bother looking at them. but I do think that they can be a little bit disingenuous. I don't think that people switch off because I'm not being funny, but if any of you guys put up a 9 minute video, I'm watching that 9 minute video because I'm invested. Once you're invested in 4 minutes, right, it's 5 minutes of your life. Once you've decided, you've made a decision. There's a Dom demonstrates video and it's 9 minutes long. I've got time to watch that, boom. If it's a pile of shit, I'm going to decide whether it's a pile of shit after 30 seconds, 45 seconds, not 4 minutes. If after 4 minutes my sides are still splitting, Tom, which they probably are with watching one of your videos, because not licking your arse too much, but I do find your videos quite entertaining.
Yeah,
So
but if you only
I'm
had...
for the whole hog, so I don't trust analytics. I think the averages are not fair. If it
Yeah, but
takes
if you're talking averages, Mark,
yeah,
if you only have 2 views, right? If somebody watched 100% of the video,
yeah, exactly,
and it's a 10-minute video, and then someone only watches 2 seconds of it, you're only going to get a 5-minute view
yeah, exactly.
because it's
So,
halved it.
ergo,
So
I don't
I don't
trust
trust analytics either.
Exactly.
My top country's UK, followed by USA, followed by Afghanistan. Like, who the fuck is watching me in Afghanistan? I don't understand it.
It's Fergs.
I think you've got issues. I've got 98% of my stuff coming from America, and I've got some in like fucking Belize or somewhere.
Weird.
I think that's
John
what it
John
is.
makes long videos, and he seems to get the likes, doesn't he?
I think what that young guy's comment on now, he's probably watched a couple of videos on YouTube. He can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's probably watched a couple of videos on YouTube on advice on making engaging videos, and it probably says keep them between 2.
Oh yeah,
Well, I'm
if
going
you
to
were
put it out
doing
there. I think
if
it's
you were doing a
Lily's
review,
videos.
if you was doing a review on a Crusader Cup and it went on for half an hour, you want to kill yourself because that is just fucking pointless.
Just wouldn't.
Because
You
it's something you just look at it and go, this is what a Crusader
Yeah.
Cup looks like. End of.
You've also got with making videos and getting you've also got clickbaits and tags.
Yeah.
So you can put like a clickbaitable thing on there. I mean, you know, clickbait. We all know what clickbait is. But add tags to your videos. If you want them to receive views, put MTFU at the end of them, and we'll all get to see it. Put that as one of your tags. But yeah, there's loads of ways of promoting your videos. But for the most part, we're pretty much like we said earlier on. There's a very small pool of people that we're broadcasting to. We can't touch the outside world. We don't want to touch the outside world. It's not about making money. It's not. If you're in it for that, you're in the wrong game. Go and do some let's plays, or go and do some reaction videos.
I mean, again, I think it depends on what you're really looking for. Because if you're looking to learn if you're looking for ideas of what you're going to learn, try and learn, and you're looking for reference, you want to go for a longer video than just something that's like 2 minutes long. Because you're not going to know it. You're not going to notice anything from 2 minutes long.
No, definitely not.
But everyone's got their own opinion on it, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose it depends what you're trying to pick up as well. If it's like Photoshop tips and tricks, then they can be 2 minutes long. But if you want to see what someone's done over a course of time, then of course it needs to contain a certain amount of content that then forces that video to be 10 minutes long. So
Yeah, definitely. Like if you went to the Bushcraft show or something like that, there's no way you could do a 10-minute video on the Bushcraft show because there's just too much there and too many people there to film. You know what I mean? Unless you did it in about 30 parts. Just bonkers.
there is that option as well, isn't
Zed
it?
does.
The option of making, like Dom says, about making a series, making it a
Oh yeah,
series.
definitely.
I think Dom's actually got the right idea, making it a series.
Yeah.
Dom sat back
Well,
and
hey, but you know, something right for a change.
Dom has sat back and watched what other people have done and thought I can improve on that, and then she's right with where I'm going to go. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dom, but you haven't set a foot wrong yet.
Yeah,
The
it's
other-
all to do this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
If I haven't offended you, I'll get to it.
the thing I find with, if say you got a big video, like I did me Monkjack video, I did that in 4 parts. Now the first part didn't get many views at all. Or, it got, I don't know, say it got 150 views. I can't remember what it was. The second part, because it had a picture of a skinned deer as the tag, that's like 500, 600 views.
Yeah, clickbait.
Clickbait, exactly, because it's a it's a gory picture.
Yeah.
Because originally I just had like a sunset I changed the pictures to actually what the screenshots actually properly were, because I thought, oh, everyone's going to go mad about the gore. Once everyone was sort of accustomed to the gore and everyone was happy about it, I changed them back to the original pictures. So one's a deer hanging up with the skin on, I think. One's it's skinned. But the last video, which is my favourite video of cooking it all, which is awesome because it was just like just sitting there chilling out around the fire, that only had like 50 watches. And that's a series of like 4 videos, but no one's gone through and watched every video. You know, everyone's just done the clickbait, watched the second video, and ignored the rest. It's just odd.
The thing is in your video afterwards, because I always forget. I always do my videos in Movie Maker, then all the negotiations and cards will click onto the next part. If you've got something in 3 pieces, you can have the card that they can click on and it'll take you straight to the next part.
Oh,
But
I don't get them card things.
I forget to always put them in, but that would automatically direct people to the next video in the series, which I don't do.
Yeah, like, I haven't figured that out yet.
It's pretty easy. Fergs
Neither have I.
talked me through it, because the first time I met Fergs at a bushcraft meet, anyway, I was making him try some crayfish, and then all of a sudden he included, you know, he'd done it with my video because we had like sort of video the same event from different perspectives. And he said, well, you can click me in and you can do this, you can do that. And it's pretty easy. You just click on, after you've uploaded your video onto YouTube, go into edit, click cards and negotiations, and you can click a link to your channel.
That's cool.
Or click a link to the next video. And it's 10 minutes, but I always forget still.
Yeah.
But that option is there. I mean, it's a good, like you say, you can go back, and even now you could go back and link them all up, even now. So
That's the thing with the community as well, is I think we need to tap into as well. If we're going to have this chat, and everyone that's associated with MTFU are going to have this chat, there are people within the group that have got this expertise that are quite willing to share it. And I know we all take the piss out of those because he deserves it.
Yeah, he camps in between 2 rivers.
He's the man.
In a flood.
He's done this on gaming. Fergs is the man. All jokes aside, Fergs is the man. If you want to, you know, he might not put the best camp together or the best video together, but if you want to do something software-wise, Fergs knows.
Yeah.
He knows his onions, mate, I tell you.
Yeah, well, that's
But
how
maybe
we're getting this chat sorted out, basically, because of Fergs.
Start encouraging people within the community that we've got some sort of, you know, we've got their ear a little bit. Start encouraging them to start putting stuff out there and start.
Yeah.
If people need to if the people need our questions answered, he is the man you go to.
Yeah.
With Bruce, if you need something butchered, Bruce is the man to go to.
I mean, I have to say a massive thanks to Fergs, because he's just kindly made me my new logo for my past few videos.
Oh,
so
cool.
I've got a brand spanking new logo, which he's kindly just made for us.
Yeah.
Which was exactly what I was looking for. Back onto the filming side of things, though.
Yep.
I know you won't be able to see it. If everyone who uses a camera gets a power pack, because the batteries are shite.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just got a I'm just getting a 50,000 milliamp one,
Yeah.
just for my phone and stuff.
What I did have when I was starting off, I had an old Galaxy S2, and it busted. You couldn't make calls on it anymore because your voice didn't work. So I bought myself a new phone. So I took 2 phones with me. But I had the Galaxy S2 because it was 1080p, you know, decent quality,
Yeah.
and it still recorded sound fine. But I just put that on airplane mode, and that lasts for ages on airplane mode because it's not hunting for signal the whole time. It's not hunting for 3G networks or anything. You know, so you just if you still want to use your phone for emergencies and you're filming on it, you're going to just muller your battery. But you take 2 phones with you because everyone's got a spare phone laying around nowadays.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a decent recording power, just put it on airplane mode, chuck it in your pocket and film when you want, and you don't have to worry about mullering your battery. And if you need to phone your missus or something, you know, and stitch yourself up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, or it's carry around a power pack which weighs exactly more than another phone does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I've got
then-
my phone. I've got 2 batteries for my phone. I've got 3 batteries for my action camera. I've got
Yeah.
my power pack. So, I shouldn't really run out of power.
So, the thing
I
was,
go regularly in the cold. I've got my DSLR, which I do for most of the filming. Then I've
Yep.
got my cam. This has got 3 batteries. The other one's got 4. And in a good weekend, if it's cold, I can use all the batteries in one weekend.
Yeah.
And end up with 2 hours of footage. So
But you want to speak to Rob McKenzie about that as well. Them battery packs, because they're not what they say they are in the tin. They're not like a tin of Ronsil. Because then 50,000, they're not 50,000. If you break them down, they're probably only about 15,000.
I'm not really gonna. To be honest though, I'll only tend to use it the once and then put it back on charge, so it's all fully charged for whenever I need to use it, if I need to use it.
Because I spoke to Rob about this at Woodside one weekend, and I said to him, "Well, I've got these, and they're both 2,000, and I get one charge out of each of them." He said, "Yeah, well, I'll get 2 charges out of my 10,000 or something like that." He said, "But I've also had 50,000. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of, I've had a 50,000, and it lasts just as long as my 15,000, and the numbers don't add up. They just can't put that much energy, that stored energy, into something that size. Although its peak performance is that, it's only that for about a minute of charge. But because it really
So who's going to be the first person in MTFU to take a leisure battery out with them?
I've actually got one. Well, I haven't got a leisure battery. I've got an alarm battery. A little 12 volt, 12 amp hour, I think it is. Alarm battery, they're about that big. And when I went on that beach camp back in the summer, because there's just nothing out there, because you don't know what to expect. And I knew I was going to be caning my phone because it was going to be hunting for signal, because I'm middle of nowhere. I didn't know how much filming I was going to do, so I took that with me. And I just rigged a cigarette lighter up to it, and we're just using a phone charger and charging up my camera, charging up my phone. And that worked really well.
Should I go and get that, Bruce? Should I go and get that thing that I was talking to you about yesterday and show that on you about, because you said a leisure battery?
Yeah. Well, leisure batteries are good because they're deep cycle batteries, aren't they? You can totally flatten them and recharge them again.
You can't decharge them less than sort of about 40%. You don't want to take it below 40%.
Yeah.
But basically, without getting it done, I've got a box that's got USB compatibility on it. It's got a cigarette lighter in it that you connect to a leisure battery. I've also got a power inverter that once you plug it into the cigarette lighter of the this module thing, will then bring everything back up to 240 volt, so you can charge things off that as well. Now that is glamping. And obviously got it downstairs. I tested it last night and sent the video of it to Bruce. It was actually quite funny, but it was for a reason. You know, it wasn't for
Yeah. See, that's another good point actually, is lighting. Because if you need to film at night, you're going to need a fairly substantial light. The normal torch that you would use for bimbling around camp is fine. But if you're videoing, you do need something pretty substantial. I've got that, which is a big bank of LEDs. If you look like that, but that takes like 6 batteries. You can see them in the back there. But that's like a proper camera one. I think I got it off AliExpress. It was about a tenner. But it's dimmable as well. So you've got so you've got full brightness, and then it dims right down to virtually nothing, which is really good because it's more of a floodlight type thing. The other thing you can do is if you've got a fairly powerful torch, get a milk carton, as in the the 4-pint milk cartons, milk bottle things. Stick it in that, and it will just glow and light the whole area up. It's like like the moonlight sort of thing. But that works really well as a light as well if you keep that behind the camera.
Makes it into a diffuser.
Exactly, diffuser. That's the word I'm looking for.
I've got the word.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is, I don't know if everyone's watched my 700 subscribers giveaways up at the moment. So if you want to do me a VR for that, and you can win my awesome prize.
Shameless plug.
It's not a shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Well, it's my fucking chat, bollocks.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Just going back to everyone taking different battery packs and phones and what have you.
Yeah.
When I did amended kit list for what I take out now in comparison to what happened when I first started, I obviously use my phone now, which is the Sony Xperia Z5, which has got pretty good battery life on it as it is, and I've got 2 power packs. One will charge my phone a couple of times over, one will charge it maybe one and a half. To me personally, I think if you have anything more than say 3 charges, I'd probably question what it is you're filming.
Usually the inside of your pocket.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, for one of the
To be
things I
fair,
want to do now is like the time lapse videos,
Yeah.
and that does kick the life out of the cameras quite a bit, because
really
obviously
does.
you're filming for an hour, 2 hours, so it's always good to have something that you can kind of trickle charge while it's doing it. But sort of like phone, second phone, redundancy phone, and then 6,000 battery packs, it just seems a bit excessive, and that's
It
my
does.
take on it.
Sometimes, I think people lose sight of actually what it is we're doing. It's a YouTube channel, not a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Live
said
with
that.
thousands of pounds worth of equipment like Z. Brilliant. Fantastic. But it's still just a YouTube channel. If it ever got mainstream, I can see going out and spending great big money on all these machines and that. But when your phone will do 90% of what you want to do for your 5 or 10 or 15-minute video, I cannot see the point in spending thousands of pounds on tip-top kit to show to 6 people on YouTube.
Because you need to make sure you get the message that everyone is having an awesome day.
But as
I'm
well,
having an awesome day. Bollocks to everybody else.
the thing is, as well, you could take it as a hobby. I mean, if you was keen on golfing, you could spend 10 times that on a decent set of golf clubs and an halfway reasonable membership. If you was a carp fisherman, you could spend 10 times what we spend. I mean, my brother spent ludicrous amounts of money on fishing gear, and I say, why do it? And it's a one-upmanship thing. With fishermen, we know this. Wazza, do you remember Wazza? As a carp fisherman. My brother, he's not like that, but he like he said to me, Mark, it's one-upmanship. It's like, you've got to have the newest thing, the biggest thing, the best thing. With us, it's not so much the same, but if people want to take it down that route, that's on them. All right, we can look at them, point finger at them, and go, "Oh,
Well,
you're."
why do you think a fisherman's tent costs
To be
10
fair,
times what a camper's tent does?
I stopped making YouTube videos when Georgie lost interest in it, right? And I have continued to enjoy the company of the community and the people that I met. I didn't feel the need to make YouTube videos. I've got one in the can at the minute, but that's for a very important friend of mine. So that one's going up. But it
Didn't think
takes
you had friends, Mark.
strong motivation to put a video up.
Yeah, I know. Just go pick. John just said
You're stretching it a bit there.
in the side chat. His head torch does him for filming at night. But the thing is, with John's head torch, you can cut a tree down with that thing.
Yeah, like a lightsaber.
Yeah. You do need a decent, powerful torch. A normal Poundland LED torch ain't going to be any good for filming with.
No.
That's all.
But then it goes back
to.
to what you're filming at night
Oh,
as
that's
well, though.
isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly.
If you need the sun to be out in the middle of the night when you're recording, there's something the matter.
A true light ain't going to be good enough to film anything neither, because you fucking froze the bastard in a block of ice the night before. Because you were showing it on one of these relentless reviews they keep posting. You went and done it, and now it's sitting in 16 kilos of ice.
A couple of points I've got with batteries and filming though. When it comes to batteries, if you can keep them on your person, you will keep them warmer and they will last longer.
Definitely.
As one.
Who was it? Ramdor 72. He bought 2 really nice chargers, and they were expensive, and they were LiPo batteries. And he went out camping. I think it was at Camp Shake he went out, and he went out camping in the morning. Both of them flat as a pancake. So he contacted the manufacturer, and they're not rated for anything below 5 degrees. It's like, well, it's a camping
cold kills
charger.
batteries. Ask me AA.
Yeah, yeah. But the lipo batteries
Batteries are no
are
good in the cold.
yeah. But yeah,
Someone like Randall, I don't know. I don't want to say he should have known that, but Randall's he's got a history of that sort of industry, isn't he? Like the modelling and the battery packs and tiny electronics. Because he set up the trailer, didn't he?
yeah. Well, it's only because they were lipos and not NiCad, or was it lithium ion? But there's so many different types of batteries now. But I think he just sort of bought the lightest, best one he could at the time that he thought was good. I think he ended up sending them both back, but yeah, it was a bit of a kick in the nuts. So I wake up in the morning and that's it. Everything's flat. You can't charge nothing. Especially if you've been filming the night before or something. It's going to really cheese you off. But,
yeah, and my other one was when it comes to filming, I think we live in an age where people do want higher quality video as possible with regard to recording quality. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
If you do go somewhere beautiful, like in the Lake District, Peak District, or somewhere, and you've got a beautiful backdrop, people want to see it, and so I have gone down the route where perhaps
look at this queer.
there's a camera full of blokes here. Someone's running around naked.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys.
Well, some of my old videos I used to film on a little Kodak Z1, I think it was, but that was only 720p. Which is it's an ideal little camera with a memory card. That's it, yeah, exactly. One of them. Which is an ideal little camera, but then as soon as you put that on a 40-inch telly, it looks crap because it's only 720, and it makes everything look really, really blocky.
Cheap bastard.
We should have seen what I've done. I went down the car boot about a SNES. Played Mario 55-inch telly.
Project on that.
Sorry. What are you saying, Dave?
I was saying, while everyone's on about how great the cameras are and all the fantastic footage they can get, my biggest problem is that usually stuck right in the middle of that footage is a fat face staring at the camera that won't piss off. They go, look at this, I'm in the Lake District, it's fucking gorgeous, you look at the Lake District, all you can see is their face and whatever's just passed each year. I mean, for God's sake, if you've got a decent camera to show the decent scenery, fucking show it. I know what you look like. I don't watch your videos to see your face. I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen someone going, oh yeah, I'm just carving this spoon now, and what I'm doing next is, I can't see the fucking spoon. No, show me what you're doing. Carve the spoon like this so I can see the bloody thing.
You have read my mind. I sort of said at the beginning of this chat that I wanted to bring something up about videos and video quality, and Dave has just hit the nail squarely on the head. It don't matter. It doesn't matter how good your camera is. You can have 4K. I don't give a shit. If all I can see is your ugly mug square in the frame, and I can't see what you're talking about, I don't give a toss.
I'll be sure to put that as number 3 on top 10 things not to do when filming for YouTube.
You can have the best camera in the world, but if your video doesn't contain any content that anybody's going to be interested in, nobody's going to be interested in it. So get your mug. That's why when I film, because I'm an ugly cunt, I don't aim it at my face. I aim it away from me. Because common nature is better looking than what I am. Face at the camera, huh?
Very true.
Don't worry about 4K this and 4K that. Look, if the person watching the video says it's no good on my 40-inch telly, get off the benefits, innit, lad, and watch it on your phone.
I just see all these selfies with selfies in them.
Content, there's no point filming it in the first fucking place, and there's no point asking me or requiring me to watch it. You know, your video needs content. That is paramount. Content is paramount. Your video skills after that make it even more interesting, and then the level of equipment that you use, obviously that adds to it. But you know, getting a 4K version of Dave's face in the Lake District, even in Nova Scotia, it's not
How
going to
many
make.
driving videos have you seen where they're talking about the trip they're taking and where they're driving to, but the camera's on them, Dom?
Yeah. And they don't show you where they've gone to neither. Like, we want to
Basically,
and now when they drive home.
basically, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Stay there in your little box on my telly with your VGA quality.
Yeah.
That's a very good arse.
Right. I think that's what our well and truly up.
Yeah, I think we've done it to death.
Oh,
I think it
no.
may be worth a revisit at some point in the future, just for shits and giggles.
Daddy says it's time for bed.
Do you know what? Another reason why we might have to revisit it is because the way that technology moves.
Yeah.
Is that the next generation of cameras that come out will all be 4K, so everybody's going to have what's needed. You know, SLR cameras have got about a year and they're finished.
Well, I don't know.
No.
The thing is,
6 months.
with a SLR, you've got so much better optics because it's not going to be digitally enhanced. It's not filling in the pixels in between the pixels. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. A year ago, or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, go 5 years back. How long's an SLR been about? 4 years?
No, SLRs have been out for years. They've just gone from SLR to digital SLR.
Right. Well, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the phones weren't anywhere near what they are now. So how long's SLR got before mobile phones catch up? I mean, I want to make a phone call on it, take the occasional picture, and have a text message.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
It
know,
depends on what you're
now,
going to use it for.
I can film in 1080p. I've got unlimited data. I can stream any video. I can play any game on my bloody phone. You know, cameras are finished. You know, there's going to come a time where one device does all, and that's it.
I mean, it depends. They're not finished because there's no way that you can get the zoom, like the optical zoom on a phone. There's just no way.
Yeah, well, it's just the way the colours, the way the amount of light that you can get into the lens on a bigger lens.
Yeah.
And the definition you get, and it's not sort of rendering itself to try to make up for having a really crap optics. Because that's the thing, you've got these tiny little pinhole like that, and you're trying to get the same size picture in it.
As technology progresses, I mean, you see.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You see the same thing in the car industry. Airbags were probably invented in the 60s.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely electric windows, electric sunroofs were, you know, they were invented in the 60s, but they was always in top of the line Rolls Royces and Jaguars. You didn't see them in full Fiestas. Roll on roll on like the 1980s to 85. You had XR3Is with electric windows. So it's a trickle down of technology. As technology exists, it progressively gets cheaper. So I don't long, you know. I reckon the Icon 8 will probably have the capability of a Red 1. You will have everything that a Red 1 does, right, which is a $15,000 camera, and I think you'll have that in an Icon 8. I guarantee it. I prophesy
You can
2 years.
Clip-on lenses.
I mean, my
Clip-on
experience.
lenses for your mobile phones. Have you seen those?
What's that? What do you say, Dave?
The clip-on lenses you can get. You can buy clip-on lenses. They just
Yeah,
go in your
yeah,
phone,
yeah.
clip on,
Yeah,
and
I've
they
got
add
them.
big lenses.
Yeah, they're actually
Yeah.
really good.
You can do all kinds of things with your mobile phone.
Yeah,
They're really
the clip-on
good.
lenses are right, but they've got a little bit of a haze to them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
They're not a high quality optic.
No,
Yeah,
but if you're but the wide angle lens is quite good, and the macro lens is quite good. If you're doing close-ups, or if you're like filming inside a tent or something, it just gets a bit more of a wider angle, so you can see what's going on. But they are a bit hazy. You know, they're not awesome.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, it's like everything. If you've got a multi-purpose machine, it's never going to be as good as a dedicated machine.
That's it. I can, yeah.
It's like a four-wheel drive and an SUV. If you've got a car that's supposed to go off-road and that's all it's going to do, it's going to do it well. But if you get a car that's got to be comfortable, and it's also got to be smooth, and it's also got to be this, it's got to be that, and then it's got to do the motorway and off-road. It's never going to be as good as the dedicated off-road. See,
But that's what I was saying, Dave, about the trickle-down effect. That you might not be able to get it now,
yeah.
but they will invent that. But they will come up with something that does that. But it'll be 300,000 quid, right? It'll be £500,000. In 15 years'
So
time, it'll be 10 grand.
eventually, you'll click your eyes and you're taking a picture.
And it'll put it in the masses. But what they'll have...
I mean, in the future, they'll have it built into your eyes.
Well, there's even some dude that's even implanted himself, hasn't there? He's put stuff in his own brain. But what I was getting at is that what with the trickle down is that, you know, people say you can't have a multifunction. I used to say, and this was my rule of thumb, is that I've got a phone to make phone calls and maybe make a text, and I've got a camera to take photos with. Well, I'm not being funny. If I still, and that was probably less than 10 years ago, if I still said the same thing, I'd be a fucking idiot. Because I had the top of the range camera and it was 5 megapixels. This thing now has got over, I think it's 27 or close to 30 megapixels.
No, it hasn't.
It's fucking ridiculous. Well, I noticed the Sony Z3 21.5 megapixels, and this is what
Z5 20. What was it, Dom? 23.
What's the 6S?
I'm pretty sure it's the 23 megapixel, and it's better than the the new Samsung one.
Right. Well, it's still got 23 megapixels. Right. My camera that was state of the art at the time had 5. So, and that was the trickle down effect. All right, this phone's worth a lot of money, but I've got it on contract and I've got a good deal because we've got multiple contracts and whatever. But it's trickled down. In 2 years' time, when this phone ain't going to be worth a carrot, even if I keep the screen from being cracked, even if I keep it from being scratched, the phone will still won't be worth a carrot. You can probably pick one of these up in 2 years' time for probably 80 quid, right? But it's still going to be 21 megapixel camera. So fast forward, right, we are going to have a Red 1 camera in a phone, and it's going to be £1,000. Fast forward another 2 years, that grand phone is now going to be worth about 120 quid. You can guarantee it.
I mean,
we're definitely going to
fair
see.
enough, the trickle down, but the only thing with converting a camera to a phone, you're always going to have a compromise on size. You're never going to get the best optics. You may have a good digital sensor, but the optics, you're not going to have adjustable optics to...
Yeah, but that's now. That's technology now.
That's just in general. Everything's going to be a compromise for a phone, because otherwise you're going to end up with a phone the same size as a digital camera.
I don't know enough about
All I can say is,
But that, I mean, that's my
for
experience.
99% of the things I need to do, this phone will do it.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
phone is plenty good enough for my YouTube use, for my everything else. Most people on YouTube are doing it on their phone. Very few are doing it with expensive equipment.
Yeah.
So, for what we do with our, I mean, you can have the ultra high definition telly, but you haven't got ultra high definition eyes.
No.
No.
If you're
Where's the end?
doing a high prescription lens, then you're screwed.
Right. As we've gone way over the time,
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye to all of them in the side chat now. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a bit of a bitty chat tonight, just mainly the subject.
Yeah.
But there's been some good information. I think next week it's going to be about knots. I think the possibility of, did he say Dodger Bushcraft might be coming on?
Yeah, Dodger Bushcraft's going to try and get on. I know he hasn't been well the last couple of weeks, but yeah, he's going to try and get on next week.
Yeah, so it will be about knots unless obviously you can't get on, and then we'll change it to something totally different.
Yeah.
I
like that, yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yeah.
Just
Because he's a proper Boy Scout.
we should get Rob McKenzie on because he's a fake Boy Scout.
Yeah, I like it. I like Brazil nuts and everything.
So right, I'll say goodbye there now. If everyone wants to say their goodbyes, and then we'll just carry on this argument and this.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
All right,
Bye, thanks for coming.
Bye.
bye.